During PCDK2, the educational development component focused on enhancing the scope of work and developing new awareness-raising activities on the values of cultural heritage. Pupils, teachers, parents, students and university professors were enthusiastic about the opportunities for learning, opening new doors for further engagement in education.
From the beginning of the second phase of our project, the main objective of the educational development component was to establish the foundations of a comprehensive educational program on heritage and diversity. Throughout the implementation of activities, there was a positive reflection and feedback from pupils and teachers, and we are confident that the lessons from PCDK 1 will be successfully implemented and transformed into actions during the second phase, having a positive impact on educational in Kosovo.
Within the scope of work undertaken with elementary schools, the working groups were composed of teachers, pupils and parents, actively taking part in awareness-raising activities, as well as utilizing the units from the Handbook for Teachers on Heritage and Diversity. As of mid-2014, around 20 elementary schools took part in site visits, called the Heidi Tours. An interesting part of the program in this phase was the inclusion of artisans who shared their handicraft practices with visiting students, encouraging them to understand the meaning and importance of transmitting these traditional artisan skills to future generations.
Sot ku mësue për me ndrej çdo enë ose vazo çka të mojna prej boltës. Ne nxënësat jemi të interesuar më shumë e ditë për këtë punë.
Vërtet kjo organizim është shumë i qelluar. Se nxënësit tonë nuk kanë raste, nuk kanë pas deri tash raste, po prej tash ju ka dhënë mundësia dhe ju falenderojmë për këtë projekt shumë të qelluar që e keni bërë. Për nxënësit. Dhe nxënësit prej tash do të reflektojnë këto ide dhe këtë punë që është shumë rëndësi të ruhet trashëgimia kulturore.
Këtë zeje e punoj që 29 vjetë, e kum trashëgu prej gjyshit tem, këtu që peshenin fotografi një Dalamon Çukani. Traditat dhe zejet e vjetra duhen të ruhen dhe të kultivohen. Është me rëndësi që zeja e Poçaris t'i përcillet gjeneratave të reja.
Radim ova tradicija od 70. godine. Da ne bi se ukinalo, da ne se zaboravi. Od sve krvuzanac sam uzela. Sam uradila do sad 242 mlade sam spremala.
Gjithë kjo greme, gjithë kjo veshje që kam bërë unë, është një nga dëshmitë kryesore që na bën neve të lumtur, që të dimë për trashëgiminë kulturore, pavarësisht pse nuk flitet gjuha shqipe këtu, neve na bën të ndjehemi krenar që këto tradita të mos humbasen.
The Unique School program provided another important destination for Heide visits, opening a big window on learning about cultural heritage through games and stories passed down from the older generation. Kula Puzzle, the educational discover Unique game and heritage, art classes on Moranica Hill, and preparation of traditional food and old tales recited by the elders of Unique had a great impact on pupils and teachers as it allowed them to reflect more deeply on the meaning and influence on heritage in their everyday lives. Teachers engaged through the PCDK project were included in a series of training sessions that were prepared by experts and the PCDK team. Endorsed by the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, the Teacher Training Program and Handbook for Teachers were also accredited by the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology as a literature resource. At the end of the comprehensive training process, 8 teachers were certified by Ministry of Education as teacher trainers, following recommendation by the PCDK team. In order to reinforce the training of these teachers, PCDK experts drafted a manual for teacher trainers that was put into practice during cascade sessions organized in September and October 2014. Around 150 teachers were trained and accredited by Ministry of Education.
Za nas nastavnike ovaj trening što smo držali, trening, je veliki plus zato što smo do sad u školi radili drugačiju metodu rada, a ovdje smo naučili novu metodu rada.
Kam mësu metodologji të shumta që mbas provojës ne të zhvillojmë njësi të ndryshme mësimore në mjedisin tonë shkollor, të cilën kanë qenë të mirështorë për ne, për mjedisin tonë të mësimdhënësve.
As part of the awareness-raising efforts, teachers were engaged in organizing and facilitating Heritage Week in schools during European Heritage Days. Quizzes, traditional games, and educational activities based on heritage were organized by schools and supported by PCDK. Local communities were also part of these activities.
Ishte një mundësi shumë e madhe për të njohur zakonet tona dhe trashëgimin.
Na kemi kriju edhe një dialog që ndoshta nuk e kemi prit që e kryojmë, është krijuar dialogu brenda familjes, brenda gjeneratave, ndër gjenerata. Fëmija ka nale plakin në rrugë, ka thonë, çka që kjo? Qysh mbaron që kjo fjale e urtë? Ajo është e rëndësia potenciale e projektit, se tash fëmija kërkon.
Elementary school teachers were also involved in a pan-European project that was supported by PCDK. Adopt a site or even a traditional practice was aimed at students and community members, encouraging them to become more aware of their surroundings and heritage resources. This was done through educational activities, during which communities played a crucial role in promoting a specific site or practice that is valued by them.
Zanësat kam su shumë edhe që shumica për tyre kanë ditë mbasi që na në jetën e përditshme jemi bashkë me ata, por kemi treguar edhe disa specifika që na e kemi, si për shembull zanatat e farkëtarisë, ku kemi pasur këtu edhe farkëtar, prandaj edhe muzikën, ku na ushtrojmë këtë zanat me vite dhe kam pas një pasqyrë ma qartë, ma pozitive nga komunitetit tonë.
Nxënës pjesëmarrësit kanë mësuar shumë rreth trashëgimisë kulturore në këtë organizim që është bërë. Edhe mendoj që duhet, domethënë, trashëgimia mu fut edhe në libra shkollor, për arsye që nxënësat më mësuan edhe prej librave shkollor për trashëgimin tonë.
Ne nuk mundem me arrit diçka për ardhmërinë me mësu, pa u ndalë edhe me shiku dhe të kaluaren. Trashëgimia kulturore duhet të përcillet nëpër të gjitha gjeneratat, edhe është një sukses shumë i madh ta ruaj me xhelozi të madhe trashëgimin tonë, të shohim trit fëmijët tanë të i përcjell ato veshjet, lojrat edhe gjërat të tjera që ishin shumë të mira.
During Pristina Summer University activities, PCDK organized a 4-day program based on units from the university module on heritage and diversity. The professors, Nita Luci from the Department of Cultural Anthropology and Zanita Halimi from the Department of Ethnology, were engaged in explaining and facilitating some of the units, including the meaning and types of cultural heritage, practices of intangible heritage, heritage, economic development and tourism, as well as aspects of cultural diversity such as perceptions of the other and common grounds for intercultural understanding through education. During this program, PCDK organized a site visit to Unic where students had the opportunity to experience the unique architectural and natural character of the area, as well as obtaining first-hand information on current touristic developments and plans for the future.
Ma tepër kem qenë të interesuar pa se sa strujt edhe sa po mirë mbahet ajo çka faktikisht e hasim ose është has përpara ntroje tona. Krejt çka na ka interesuar është me pas se sa janë mirë mbajt ato, sa po vizitohen prej tjerëve.
Domethënë ajo që mungon të Uniku mendoj pak një pikë që duhet me përmirësu edhe me u marrë më shumë na si popullat, domethënë si qytetarë të Kosovës, me i vedisu edhe me informu domethënë popullatën e gjithë Kosovës për zhvillimin e turizmit kulturor.
Awareness-raising efforts were multi-generational. Pupils from numerous schools across Kosovo were encouraged to write stories recited by their grandparents. Tales that have now become part of a compilation which celebrates heritage aspects of different lifestyles in both urban and rural settings. Remembering life in the village, recalling poignant memories and stories from the past were included in the publication of What My Grandparents Told Me. More than 100 stories were collected, of which around 40 were selected to be published in the final book. As a follow-up to this successful venture during PCDK1, the team prepared the ground for the filming of Sing for All 2, which brought together 12 musicians from diverse communities, performing a common melody and accompanied by striking images of heritage from across Kosovo. Sing for All 2 embraces the spirit of multicultural environment, encouraging dialogue between people from a diverse array of communities.
Throughout the PCDK experience, and thanks to the concerted efforts of all involved, an academic package for lifelong learning dedicated to heritage in Kosovo was introduced as an educational resource. With this in mind, we confidently stand behind the good work of all of those who were part of our journey. And at this point, today, as we grow older and wiser, we believe that what has been produced during the past 5 years will have a great impact on the Kosovo of tomorrow and be reflected in ongoing celebrations of our common heritage, our collective culture, and our shared future.